Hello, and welcome to your very first lesson on getting started as a voice actor, 2026 edition. My name is Tategami Ookami, or Gami for short, and this is my official how-to of how to start voice acting. Sorry I couldn't afford bigger and bolder words in better print or any of the sound effects because I'm kind of poor. And I didn't have a whole lot of time to be able to make this. So, yeah, that means you're not going to have a whole lot of fancy graphics for this one. I apologize. But I wanted to be able to get this out to you quickly and have it be good. So, the audio is just going to have to do for the most of this. Without further ado, I wanted something to help you start your guys' voice acting journey off right. So, this video will actually be the first of a series so that you can follow along during the year. That way, if you have a dream of voice acting, you can start it out right. After all, there's no time like now to start a New Year's resolution, right? So, let's get started. This week is pretty simple. Just start out doing accurate impressions of whatever genre you want. The crazier, the better. Just don't go screaming or yelling until you can find some good YouTube tutorials or coaches for how to do that. If you do learn them, then by all means, but if you do it wrong, you can wreck your vocal cords and it will require surgery to get them back in order. Just Google Julie Andrews, the lady who played Mary Poppins, and look up her surgery for more details. But I digress. To start off, voice acting is just a subcategory of voiceover. Many people use the terms interchangeably, and it doesn't really matter much how you say it. Tomato, tomato, but the important thing is knowing that whatever genre you get into, your goal is to deliver a feeling to your specific audience. You need to know if that audience is 5-year-olds, 80-year-olds, or teens, and you need to know if they are military vets, dancers, or disabled people, etc., etc., etc. You get the gist. Then you need to create a voice that vibes with those types of people. For instance, you probably wouldn't do a voice for heavy metal in a nursery trying to lull babies to sleep, right? Right. Then comes being able to read a script. You cannot sound like you are reading a piece of paper. People expect a character, so embody the character. Don't become the character, you can only be you after all. You are a person of many hats, though, so put different hats on for different things. For instance, think of times you felt strong emotions, or did something similar. Use those feelings and use context clues to help you figure out how to portray the character in the script. Act out those feelings in a way that meshes well with the atmosphere of the script and with your audience. Then all you need to do is act out. And by that, I mean act out every word in every sentence. Don't misbehave, or I'm going to have a lot of angry parents coming to me. Acting gets emotions across, and your audience will feel it. Just do everyone a favor and don't let your movements get heard by the microphone. There's nothing more frustrating than having to do a retake because somebody wanted... Oops, there's a perfect example right there. Redo. There's nothing more frustrating than having to do a retake because some unwanted noise popped up. Wear clothes that aren't noisy and keep those movements a bit subdued, not wild or extreme. Got it? Cool. On to the next point. So what actually are the genres of voice acting, like I said earlier? If you're going to practice them, you might need to know them, right? So, the first one is animation. Probably the reason why you're here. Cartoons, TV shows, indie projects. You probably love TV and are here for the fame. Only problem is it's hard to achieve. I mean, really, really hard. You have no idea. You either got to be very good at marketing yourself on social media, or you have to move to LA or Austin, Texas, or possibly New York to go where the studios are to be able to do well in that industry. The only other option you have is indie projects. Next one, commercial. This is the moneymaker. Do you know any actors that have been in commercials? There's a reason for that. It's highly saturated and there's lots of money in them. Whether it's radio, TV, games, or podcasts, there's always advertisements that need voicing. Next up, narration. Do you like storytelling? It requires a voice that keeps people involved in the story. Ever hear a voice actor whose voice is so grating, or you hear someone mispronounce a word and it pulls you right out of the story? Narrators have to be masters of this craft to build the atmosphere for the scenes that the characters will play in. Next up, speaking of scenes and characters, video games or interactive programs. Endearing characters, hateful villains, and action-packed yelling, this is all video games. This requires a lot of energy and even motion capture at times. Make sure your acting and yelling skills are peaked to do this kind of work frequently. Otherwise, you might not be able to compete at the more professional levels. E-learning. What is e-learning? Well, they're basically boring marathons. It's almost exactly what it sounds like. But it pays. From children's books to computer programs, e-learning is where actors learn as they perform. Some scripts are very energy-based, like children's learning programs, or boring reads for textbooks or explainers. Either way, they pay and voices are needed for them. Next up, corporate. Just exactly what it sounds like. Corporate is things like ads for prototypes, trade show explainers, OSHA safety videos, or new trainee orientations. Chances are you've probably seen these and you've probably been in an orientation, so you can already hear what it sounds like. There's a need for every voice in voiceover, and these are no different. So if you feel like you can't make it in the industry, there's even this genre that many people go into, and you can probably even make it there. I mean, money is money, right? IVR and Telephony. Speaking of corporate, no good company is without its own answering service, right? IVR stands for Interactive Voice Response. It's basically the automated robots you talk to on the phone when you are on hold for your insurance. It's also known as telephony. Some audio devices, like speakers and earbuds, use these too. Ever hear power on or power off? Those are those types of voices. If that's not your speed, then maybe the science, health, and legal group is. Yep, I kind of just threw them all together, but it's really important the reason why I did. It's more of a miscellaneous group. These ones require certain expertise in order for people to perform them. Why? Because knowing the jargon and how it's used are key to making sure the terms and the phrases are taught and explained correctly. So there are definitely needs for these types of people in these specialized categories. So if you were ever in one of these fields, this could be a very cozy little niche for you, because not too many people can do them. Next up, the big one, trailers and promos. The fun stuff. Promotional videos and movie trailers are some of the best paying jobs, but it does come at a cost. Emergency phone calls for ads and live performances abound if you make it to this level of professionalism. You'll be making much more than just $100K a year. You'll be given what are called the golden handcuffs, which basically means you will be locked into voiceover work whether you like it or not from here on out. Every move will have a consequence, and you may get fame and awards, but every move you make will be seen and watched. Few can withstand the responsibility of being so lauded. However, getting to this point will require many years of perfecting your craft and wanting to achieve this level of fame, so you're going to be actively pursuing it if you want to get into this particular niche. So chances are, if you want that kind of responsibility and eyeballs watching you all the time, you probably wanted it and you probably asked for it. So congratulations if you ever do get to that point. Hooray! Next up, radio. This is a very specific niche, and any professional that has been in it will tell you that transferring from radio to voice acting after doing it for a decade is quite difficult. Other genres don't want radio personalities, so to break that mold is very difficult indeed. The same thing goes for if you are a newscaster. You'll need to make new habits to break into these ones. And breaking those habits, when you get out of them, are far more difficult if you don't practice anything else in the meantime. So keep that in mind if you go into these. Local spots and promos. Every genre we covered has some of these somewhere locally in a town or city, so don't be afraid to look and ask around. Some may be more rare than others depending on where you live currently. But just know that there is even work at a local level. Everybody needs ads, and everybody needs broadcasting. And last but not least, my favorite and the big mama of them all is audiobooks. If you haven't listened to an audiobook, what even are you doing with your life? This is the mastercraft of all the genres. People love listening to them, and they love being able to listen to them as they do other things about their day. I don't lie when I say audiobooks require skills and talent from all of these genres that I just mentioned. Audiobooks can have singing, narration, characters, and advertisements. And you need to voice all of them. And not only that, but you need to voice them well. You'll need to keep each voice separate, and you'll need to remember what each voice is during a book. And this will be across even 3, 4, or even 12 books. You need to have a good memory and a solid performance to make these characters believable. And you need to be a very good and patient person at editing. Audiobooks are literally the marathon of voice acting. Where in animation, they may have you voice for 2 to 4 hours, audiobooks can be entire days. So be aware of how well you can tell a story and how well you can manage time. Practice reading novels and recording them to listen to later if you plan on going down this route. You'd be surprised at how long or how short somebody can peter out after trying to do an audiobook for a week. So, what is the assignment for you this week? If you want to get started into voice acting, look at all these genres and try to find out which ones you want to do. And once you've decided that, pick from a bunch of them so that way you can practice them in your free time. Practice them all throughout this week and the next. And the next video I have will be in a couple weeks from now. But in the meantime, I want you to be able to focus on that, and I want you to have fun with it. So, what I want you to do is, when you do one of these genres, come up with a few voices in each genre that you can do. If you're going to do commercials, I want you to try to do 3 different ads. Maybe one for a kid's show, or something like that, right? And then maybe do one for Grey Goose, or golf, or your favorite sport. Whatever it is that you want to do, try it. And try to do some that are more difficult that you never thought of before. Because, let me tell you, if you want to fund the dream, sometimes you got to go into other genres or other things that you're not comfortable with to fund the dream, right? That's why actors do a bunch of these commercials. It's because it's what funds their dream. It allows them to be able to do what they want to do. So, there's that facet to it. Be very aware of that. And if you haven't watched the video on my main page, then there is a calendar for you in my description. If it's not there and I have some sort of a problem with it, it'll probably be in my bio page. Or I'll try to put it up in the video so that way you guys have the link to it and you guys can download your free calendar for 2026. It will have all of the videos that I plan on releasing this year so that way you can stay on track and follow along as you progress throughout your voice acting journey. Each of these videos will have homework assignments for you to be able to do so that way you can get started on voice acting within a year. Now, why is this so important? Because most voice actors, it takes them an average of 10 years to become a voice actor and get into the industry. And that's professionally, right? If you're not professional, it may take you less time, but then you don't sound as good anyway. And many of these people take classes, which is thousands of dollars. I want to give this to you for free just on my YouTube channel. So if you follow along, you're going to be getting it for free. Why not, right? And if you want to be a voice actor and you want to get into voice acting, then just follow these videos with the calendar and you'll be able to do it within a year. I mean, that's way better than 10 years, right? And I'm going to be able to do it so that way you don't have to waste thousands of dollars on trying to get your setup complete. It'll take you maybe less than $1,000 if you're doing everything really, really good. It may take you $1,500 depending, but it's all money that you can decide if you want to spend. It's up to you. And I'm not going to be taking any of the money. It's just me telling you what equipment to buy. That's pretty much it. That's all it's going to be. Unless you really want to help me and help fund my Patreon. Please. Thank you. Okay, cool. Anyway, I digress. Back to the calendar. To get your calendar, all you got to do is get that link, put it into your browser, and then go to the cloud that it sends you to. There, you just click and download the folder you want from my cloud drive, and follow these next steps. Open up your downloads folder, look for the calendar folder, and open up the style that you want. I have black, blue, and even a more cutesy one if you prefer the pinker things in life. And then next up, just double-click on the first month. They are labeled by number from 1 to 12 accordingly, and find the print icon on your window. You can then press Ctrl-P if you are on a Windows computer, and then scroll down on the window that pops up and change this setting right here to shrink to fit. Then click Print. If it's too technical for you, then find your own local millennial or grandkid and get them to help you with the process. They'll know how to do it. The calendar isn't super great, but hey, it's free, right? So you get what you get. Please don't throw a fit. It took me 3 days to get it to this point, and honestly, I'm just happy that it's functional. I tried to leave some room for you so you can write on the calendars, and that way it's not too garbled. But the calendars are labeled with the name of each video I will be uploading for that week. So you can look them up and then you can study them so that way you're never lost on the track to becoming a voice actor. I will try to get them out around Wednesday to Saturday-ish, health willing, so that you can have them by Monday. Use that entire week or 2 weeks for that video and dedicate your studies that I explain in the video to guide you through each milestone. If you follow them correctly, you should be able to begin voice acting within the year. Maybe even less if you really soak up the info and move ahead. So, start saving your money now, because you will need at least a bare minimum of $1,000 by the end of May to get the equipment that you want and need on the internet. Maybe even more if you decide you like taking voice acting classes. But don't worry about any of that right now. Just follow along and see if voice acting is what you want to do, and that bridge will eventually come around in May. So save a little as you go so you can afford your own vocal booth and your own equipment, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I know we just kind of got started right out of the starting gate, but we're going to be heading fast track to that finish line. I want to be able to get you there within a year. All right, I will see you in the next lesson.